Hey guys, I'm so excited to see you back at this channel, and it's time to draw something cute in Procreate. And today we'll be drawing this cute little giraffe guy. For this tutorial we'll be using only 3 brushes. We'll use the octopus ink brush. The brush is made by Ebonyours and you can download it for free from Procreate's website. It's a part of the all-star pack, which includes other cool Procreate brushes. But you can download it for free, and I'll leave the link in the description. We'll also use 6B pencil. This brush is made by Procreate and it's available on every Procreate, so you should have it. And I will also use another brush, crumple brush. This brush is made by BAM Studio and I actually bought it, and I'll be using this brush for this texture on the background. So that's how the brush looks like. You don't have to use this brush, you can use any texture brush that is available for you in Procreate. We will also use this color palette, Giraffe, which you can also download, and I'll leave the link in the description below. But as always, you can use your own colors, totally fine. Okay, and now let's get started. And the first thing we'll have to do is create a new canvas. So we'll go to this little plus sign, we'll choose square, or you can choose any other canvas, it's totally up to you. And the first thing we'll do is color fill our background color. So we'll go to the background color layer and we'll click on this first color right here. Now our background is ready. We'll start with the giraffe and we'll draw giraffe in part. So we'll start with the neck. So we'll go to this layers, we'll click on this layer to rename it, and we will call it neck. Because we will have different parts of giraffe in different layers, that will be just easier for us. We'll take the octopus ink brush, that will be our main brush, and then we'll go and take this first yellow. Awesome! The neck will be super easy to draw. So all we have to do is just take our brush and create a rectangle like this and color fill it. And this is basically the neck, so super easy. Now we'll go and create a new layer and we will call it head, and obviously we will draw just the head of the giraffe, and that will be super easy too. So all we have to do, we'll start from this corner and we'll take one line in diagonal, so something like this. So a line like this, then a line like this, so that's the side of the head. We'll have 2 ears here, so 1 ear here, 1 ear here. It's just a rough sketch, so we know where everything goes. Now we'll go and we'll draw a line like this. So basically take a line down, so that would be the nose. And now we have to just connect it with the rest of the neck. So something like this, don't forget to connect it. Now we'll just color fill it. And then we can work a little more on his head. So we'll have to make the ears a bit bigger. Don't make them too fat. Something like this will work. Now we'll go ahead and just fix the head a bit. We'll work a little more on it just to make it a nice shape. So work a bit on his nose. And that's the head of the giraffe. Now we'll go ahead and add the horns. So we'll draw 2 lines, connect it, add a circle at the top, color it, and we have horns. It's that easy. So the illustration is a bit more of a cartoonish illustration, so don't be too careful. We are not trying to make our giraffe super realistic. So the horns are ready. Here we go. That was that easy. Okay, we'll turn off this one and I'll just connect it to make it a nice head. Now we'll turn this back on. And here we go. Now we'll go back to the neck. We'll work a little more on it because we have to add the pattern code. So those little patches. So we'll go back to the layers. We'll click on the neck and we want to create a clipping mask. So we don't want to change our layer, our neck layer. We want it to stay the same, but we want to add something more to it. So we'll go ahead and create a new layer. We'll call it patches. But then we'll also click on the layer and we'll create the clipping mask. That way the clipping mask is on top of the neck and our neck stays the same. I like clipping mask a little more than Alpha Lock, especially when I'm not limited on layers. Okay, awesome. So we'll still be working with the octopus ink brush. Now we'll go to our color palette and we'll take this first brown. And all we have to do is just add the patches on his neck. So we'll go and create those round patches like this, and we'll just color them. So from both sides. Also in the middle. Like this. And here we go. Here's our little giraffe. Awesome. Now we'll stop a little bit with the neck and we'll go to his face. So we'll go back to his head. Again, we'll create a new layer and we'll create a clipping mask, but we will call it face first. And then we'll create a clipping mask again. And the first thing we'll have to do is create a nose. So we'll go ahead and we'll color this part of his nose. So that's his nose. Like this. We'll leave it for now and we'll go back to the ears and we'll create this inside the ear area. It's a little too big. Like this. Awesome. Now we'll go back to the nose and we'll switch our color to this darker brown and we'll create two nostrils. Like this. Good. Nice. Now we'll go and add the sunglasses. So we'll go and create a new layer on top and we'll call it sunglasses. And we'll switch our color to black. And all we have to do is just draw two circles. So one and a second one. So his eyes are somewhere here, at least I guess they're supposed to be. You can make it a bit bigger if you want, or you can make different shape. You don't have to make it round. Now we'll go and create a new layer just for now, and we'll switch to red. We'll move it under the sunglasses layer. So again, just working around, creating a circle. Now we're creating a frame for sunglasses. Now connect it. Oops. Yeah. So now our giraffe has sunglasses. Now you can merge these two layers together. Now we'll add the glare to the sunglasses. So we'll go to the color palette and we'll take this brown and just add this glare to the sunglasses like this. Cool. So now he has the glare. Now almost done. We'll just have to add the eyebrows. So we'll go back to the face and we'll switch to this brown again. Now we know where the sunglasses are, so we can add the eyebrows. One here and one here. So giraffe is almost ready. Now we'll go back to the neck and we'll add the mane. So go to the neck. We'll create a new layer and we'll move it under the neck and we'll call it mane. Good. We'll switch to this dark brown right here. And all we have to do is just draw it like this. And that's all. The giraffe is ready. All we have to do is just add some shading to it to make it a little more fun. But the basic shape of giraffe is ready, and you know, the drawing is almost ready, which is fantastic. So we'll go back to the neck. We'll create a layer on top of the patches layer, and we'll also create a clipping mask with it, and we'll call it neck shading. We'll switch our brush to the 6B pencil now. We'll use this color, so I'll start with this one first. Make my brush big and lightly add shading to the side of his neck. This side and a bit from this side, just a little bit. Now we'll switch our color to this one, to the next color in the color palette, and add more shadows from the main part. Good. And again, a bit from this side, just a bit, so we have it just a little bit right here. Okay, just a bit. Awesome. Now we'll switch again to the darkest one and add just a bit from this side. And a bit from this one. But I want it to be super lightly on this side. Just a bit. And that's all for his neck. Now we'll go back to his face. So again, we'll go to his face. We'll create a new layer on top of this layer. We'll create a clipping mask and we'll call it face shading. Good. Again, we'll take this one first. And we will add some shadows here at the ears from both sides, just a bit, his horns, and side of his face right here, and of course his nose, and a little bit under the glasses. We'll start with the ears. We'll make our brush a bit smaller, and gently adding the shadows from this side. A bit from this one as well, but mostly this side. Good. Now we'll go to this ear. Oops. Just work gently. And actually something that I forgot to mention, and there someone asked me on Instagram, and I think that was a super cool question because I forgot to explain it. If your 6B pencil doesn't look like mine, because mine looks pretty big, right? I changed the maximum size. So we'll have to go to the brush studio, go to the properties, and then increase the maximum size. So usually it comes like this, but I increased the maximum size to make it a little more of a shading brush. So that's what you have to do. And now we'll go to the horns. So we'll go gently on them like this. You'll have to do it a few times. Maybe a bit more like this, because we want to color them at the top. Good, good for the horns. Now we'll go to his side of his face. So we'll start with this one. So we'll add a bit right here, a bit right here on this side. Now we'll go to his nose and we'll add here. Again, with the nose, be gentle. And we'll go to the side of his face right here. So we'll add shadows here and a bit under his glasses. And now we'll go and switch our brush. So we'll go to this darker color. And again, we'll just add a bit of the touch with the darker the way we did with this neck. So again, the same places, just go lightly adding a bit more color to it. Be very gentle because we want this to be at the very top. Good. And again, we'll add at the same spot. So we'll add a bit right here, just a bit. Awesome. Now we can go and work at the on the rest of the background. I just want to move my giraffe a bit because I noticed it's a little too close to the edge. So I'll go to my layers. I'll select all the layers and click the transform tool, and I'll just move it just a bit to the side, just like this. So I have a little more space here. Now we'll go ahead and add some clouds. So we'll go and create the layer on top of everything. We'll call it clouds. We will take white, and all we have to do is create one cloud, and then we'll duplicate it and just put it to the rest of the canvas. So we'll create our first cloud in front of the giraffe because he is so tall he could reach the clouds. Also, don't forget to switch to this octopus ink brush. Take white, and creating a cloud would be super easy. It's like always creating the cloud. So we'll create the curvy lines like this. and color fill it, and that's the cloud. Now when you're happy with your cloud, all you have to do is just go back to the layers and duplicate it and move it to the other side of the canvas. I want one of my clouds to be here, but I also want to make it a bit smaller, so and move it here. Good. Now I'll duplicate this cloud again, and I want to flip it and move it this way. And here we go. Now we have clouds. Now we can go ahead and just merge these 3 layers together, and we have the clouds. So now we'll go back to the clouds. We'll take 2 fingers and swipe it to the right to make an alpha lock. We will switch our color to this pale blue and also switch our brush to 6B pencil, and we'll just add a little bit of shading to the clouds. So around the perimeter we'll just add a little bit of shading, just like this. Don't make it too harsh, but just adding some shading. Now we'll go and add the mountains behind our giraffe. So we'll go back to our layers, and we will create a layer under everything. So we'll go to the very bottom, create a new layer, and move it under everything. We'll call it mountains. We'll switch our brush to the octopus ink brush, and we'll switch our color to this pale purple. And all you have to do is just create the mountain side. So just draw some mountains and color it. Now we'll go and create a new layer on top. We'll switch our brush to this purple. And color it. I just don't like this toothpick, so I'll go and erase it. So I'll go to these mountains and just erase this pick because I don't like it, and I'll go back to this layer and fix this one just a bit. Might erase this one just a bit so it doesn't touch the cloud. Here we go. Now I'm happy with my mountains. I will leave them alone, and I'll go back to create the text bubble which has hello. So we'll go on top of everything. We'll create a new, we will call it text bubble. Awesome. We'll take black and we'll just create a text bubble. You can create any shape of the text bubble. I had it more of a square, so something like this. Now just color fill it. Work a bit more on the shape if you would like to. So I think this will work for me. I like it. Now you can write anything you want in this bubble. I had hello, so I'll switch to white. But again, you can write anything you want. I'll switch to white and I'll just write hello. And here we go. So the drawing is ready, but I'll be showing you the optional step right now. If you want to do it, that's fine. If you don't, that's totally fine. Also, it's totally up to you. But I want to add a little more texture to my drawing. So I will go to my brushes and I'll take the crumbled brush that I talked about earlier. Again, you can take any brush you want. You don't have to use this one. And I'll go and create a new layer on top of this, and I'll call it texture. So I'll go and switch my brush to this. I'll just go around my drawing and add this texture to it. This is a totally optional step. You don't have to do it. I just want to do it so because I want to make my drawing a little more fun. I'll add it to the mountains and I'll add it to the sky. I might even take a little darker color and add a bit more. You can use any texture brush if you decide to do this step. Now I'll do the same to my clouds. So I'll go to the clouds. It's already alpha locked. I'll switch to this color we used before and I'll add to the clouds as well. Just a bit, not too much. I will also go back to my giraffe and add a bit more to the giraffe. So I will go to his neck. Make sure it's alpha locked. I'll switch my brush to this color and I'll just go around his neck and add a bit more to him. Now we'll go to his face, to his head, take 2 fingers and swipe it to the right again to make it alpha lock and add a bit more to his head right here. Again, it's a totally optional step. If you have this brush, it's fine. If you don't, you can use any other brushes. There are a lot of brushes in Procreate that are texture brushes, and you can experiment. It's always fun. Now, the last thing we have to do is add some sparkles to the sky. So we'll use the sparkle brush. I created this brush and you can download it. I'll leave the link in the description. So we'll take this brush, we'll switch to white, we'll create a new layer. On top of the texture layer, we'll call it stars. We'll make our brush big and we'll just go ahead and add some sparkles to the layer. Just like this, just a bit, so we have just a little bit of sparkles and our giraffe is ready. So I'm so happy. This guy turned out to be pretty cool. I like how awesome he looks. It's so fun. He's also very cute, and I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because we draw new cute little things in Procreate every week. And also, if you'll be drawing this, don't forget to post it on Instagram and tag me. I am always happy to see your work. Your work is very beautiful and you guys are very talented. I'm so proud of you. So don't forget to post it and tag me. And again, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was fun, and I'll see you in the next one.